Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Music Podcast once again, where today sitting in with me is Audrey Queen. Audrey is the singer and frontwoman for Bullet to the Heart, a four-piece alternative metal band from Chicago. We'll talk about that description a little bit. The band released their debut album, Bulletproof, in 2017. And since that time, they've released two more full-length records, toured extensively, and Audrey and Bullet to the Heart have just released a five-song EP called Death, Oddities, and Romance. Audrey, it's so great to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Absolutely. It's a real pleasure to have you. Chicago band. I love that. Always, growing up in Chicago, I always loved sport, Chicago bands. There's so many there that I don't think get enough recognition. So, it's great to see you out there doing your thing.
Um,
Uh, let's talk about that description a little bit. Alternative metal band. I've seen alternative metal band. I've seen alternative slash metal band. I've seen goth alt metal. Are those all accurate, would you say, for Bullet to the Heart?
yeah, I guess at this point in our career, we're just whatever you think we are, that's what we are.
There you go.
We have crossed so many genres and so many just music, and we're just here to make music. So when someone calls us something, we're like, all right, add that to the list, add that one to the list. We're this, that, and the other. Whatever you want, we are there for you.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah. And I mean, I see them all as accurate, really. You guys do what you do. That's you're Bullet to the Heart. And that's great. You're your own box, which is really nice. Um, for anyone that hasn't heard Bullet to the Heart, I'm assuming there's going to be some people here tuning in, and they're going to say, "Oh, I really like her. She's really nice, and I want to go see, hear what they're about and hear what they sound like." And they're going to go over to Spotify and they're going to put in Bullet to the Heart, and they're going to click on something. Now, today's world, we got one shot a lot of times. People are kind of impatient, our conveniences have made us a little bit impatient. uh what do they click on? They get to Bullet to the Heart, and there's quite a bit there. You got a little bit of a catalog now. uh you get one shot, kind of. I feel that somebody might click on something and say, maybe it's not my thing, and they move on. um is there a particular thing that you'd like them to click on, a particular song?
So for me, if you're gonna click on a particular song, I would honestly say, because a lot of people want to hear my range and vocal ability, click on Death by the Sea. Guarantee you'll be hooked. It's very theatrical. My vocals, that's like the best. I think it's the best vocals I've ever done because it goes from really low to really high. It sounds very clean. You can get a feel for what the band is like, their talents, and how they go. So click on Death by the Sea. Guarantee you'll be hooked, and you'll want to just listen to the whole catalog.
Very cool. Very cool. That's great. Yeah, I truly believe, you can really click on just about anything. You guys, you do what you do, and it's captivating. And the writing process for you guys, I'm really curious because it's lyrically sound as well. There you have some things that you really want to get across in your music, and I know that with the lyrical messages. Um, Music as well is just punishing sometimes. It's just it's great. So what is your writing process? You got one person writing songs? Is it a collaborative effort? Are you guys all in the same room? How's that work for you?
So usually, Brian and Draven will go down and they'll kind of just do a jam session with each other, bounce off some ideas, and then if Brian likes something or Draven likes something, they'll kind of stop and expand on that idea and see what they can come up with. They'll get a rough draft going after that. They'll record it on the computer and they'll send it to me and they'll be like, "Hey, do you think you could write to this?" And I'll tell them no, or I'll tell them yes. If I tell them yes, then they'll go back and structure it and get like a hard structure down. And then they'll give it back to me and say, "Is there anything you want to change about the structure?" And we'll go back and forth like that for a while. And then once they have a sound structure down, I start writing the lyrics and the melody. If I need help lyrically, which I usually don't, I'll ask Draven. Draven will give me like something he'll think about. For example, he'll be like, the moon is out tonight. And I'll be like, I walked out into the grass and my feet touched the ground and I saw the light of the moon. So I'll expand on his idea
Cool.
and we'll get the melody down. We'll then go into the studio, get a rough draft, and then we'll see what the guys think, if they like it, if we want to change it. And then after that, Brian will lay down the harmonies because he's also a harmony man. He's a jack of all trades, that man. So he helps out a lot. And that's how we get a song.
Yeah, and so people know you have a bit more of a working relationship with Draven than just the band, right?
Yes, Traven is my husband. We are going on 2 years of marriage, but we've known each other for 10 and been together for 9.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And that's, that's chemistry right there. So yeah. Yeah, it's got to help, right? With the band. Well, most of the time anyway.
It's a lot because our relationship in the band also is he does all the business stuff, he takes care of all that, and then I'm the face.
Oh,
So
there you
he
go.
takes care of everything, and I just front it, and I'm here. So
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great package. Really, it's stunning. When it came into my email box, I was like, wow, because you are a stunning looking woman, and it's in the way that the logo I love. I love the way it's written out. It's just a beautiful package altogether, and that gothy feel to it, and it's dark. And I want to get into that a little bit. That it's dark in a way, I mean, it's a pleasure to listen to, and it brings me great pleasure, and a light, in my listening world. But it's dark themes, mental health, addiction, things like that. Those are big themes in both of the heart music. Um, did you find over COVID, such a dark time, and that's kind of where you guys have written a lot of the more recent couple albums. Did you find it harder to write, or did that darkness of the COVID period help in your writing?
It definitely was difficult because we were all stuck inside. We all couldn't really see each other a lot. So it was a little bit harder I know for me to get something out of it because you're just sitting in a room. I know for me it was kind of a very scary period because my mom has Hashimoto's autoimmune. So I was really worried about her going out into the world and she was still working. So I was worried about her getting sick. And I was just worried about what does the future hold for the music scene now that we're like completely stopped in COVID? Like, what are we going to do? And so there were most days where I would wake up and I wouldn't want to write. And Jordan was like, well, we have to write. We have this opportunity. We connected with Justin from Miss May I. He's like, we have this opportunity. We really need to write something and continue to move forward. So I would just wake up every day and tell myself, no matter where this goes, we have to come out of it. We have to come out of it stronger. So I really was just trying to take inspiration. I know for this EP, I took inspiration from Volbeat because Volbeat writes a lot of stories.
Hmm.
I was like, I want to write stories. I've always wrote about the personal things. Like let me just have fun. Let me just let go. Let's just write stories about these characters. So I picked out characters for each song. And then when it came to postmortem, that character is actually me in that story. When we first started the band in 2017, it was like 3 months into the band, I ended up finding out that I had an 8 centimeter ovarian cyst that had burst and bled a liter of blood into my abdomen.
Oh,
Almost died 3 months into our band.
wow.
So I was rushed to the hospital. Luckily, they caught it. And I had struggled with depression, anxiety beforehand. My parents divorced when I was 11. So I was really going through it. And I thought about every day, like, how could I end it? How could I not be here? And then after going through that experience, I was like, I want to be here. The universe wants me here. And that was kind of like my healing of if I would have died that day, that was going to be my final goodbye. And it
Yeah.
was mainly towards Draven. So it just really when I thought about that, I was like, I really gotta push. I'm meant to be here. I'm meant to change the world. And that just solidified it. And with all of like these interview requests we're getting and all of these wonderful people that we're meeting, it just really solidifies that. And now I'm 28 years old. I'm alive and I'm thriving and I'm keeping up on my health. So it's just
That is
amazing.
awesome. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. And it's not so not easy. We all deal with those struggles, some more than others. And to have the music, to have you put that out there and so openly, it's emotional for me. Because I do have that in my family as well, and those struggles are real. And we need you. We need somebody to be a voice and a face for that, and give us this great music that we can bond with and relate with. It's really really wonderful. Now I've heard, you tell me a little about mom, and your upbringing a little bit. You started singing at 14 when she signed you up for choir practice, is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Mom
Wow,
pushed me. She
that's
pushed,
pretty great.
she pushed me hard. She is a strong, independent woman. I was raised that you do not get taken care of. You take care of yourself at the end of the day, and then you help others as much as you can help. So growing up, she was a very large influence. She told me, get what you want. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you can't get what you want. You go work hard, you go do your thing, and you will get it. Um, and it really got tested because she ended up getting diagnosed with Hashimoto's autoimmune in her 40s. And she was going to doctors because she was eating healthy, she was exercising, and she was gaining weight. And she was like, what do I do? I'm gaining weight, but I'm healthy. And they're like, oh, you're just getting old. That just happened. She's like, no, I know people that are in their 70s who are skinny and healthy and fit. She goes, I want to be that way. And a doctor noticed she had eczema and said, that's indicative of an autoimmune. You should go get checked out. So our relationship in the beginning was very rocky with each other because she was dealing with not only a divorce, but then getting diagnosed. And I was a teenager and, I was angsty and I was trying to figure myself out with all of my issues. But now we have a great relationship. And yeah, I get all of my strength and all of my positivity and light. It all comes from her. It's a learned behavior.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What musical family? How did you get exposed to music and find out, all the influences and stuff like that?
So it's funny because that's also my mom. She was 8 months pregnant for me and taking me to Everclear. That was my first concert, and any concert that she could get her hands on, we were going. We were going to see John Mayer, Avenged Sevenfold, Nickelback, Breaking Benjamin. I
Wow.
mean, she would take me every time. There's a concert coming. Do you want to go? Yeah, I want to go. All right, let's go. She took me to see Pearl Jam at some
Awesome.
point. I mean, so
Awesome.
and when she would drive us to work, like she would go to work, drive us to school, it was Linkin Park, Disturbed, No Doubt, Madonna. I mean, she was showing me the whole music catalog. And then I started kind of singing in the car, and she was like, "Okay, we're gonna expand on that," because she couldn't sing. My grandma would sing to her. My grandma would sing to her. My grandma wasn't a good singer. She will say she's not a good singer. So when she heard my voice, she was like, "We're gonna expand on that." And of course, as I got older, I was like, I'm going to be a musician. And she's like, no, you're going to go to college and you're going to get a degree and you're going to marry a nice engineer. And I hit about 18. And I was like, Mom, I'm going to be a musician. And she's like, okay, I did this to myself. Go ahead.
And here you are. Uh,
Yes, and here I am.
she's got to be so proud. That's fantastic. That's cool. Now I notice you have a beautiful sleeve of ink on your right arm. And you have what looks like the beginnings of another one on your left arm.
Yeah.
And you were part of Ink Magazine, a contest. Um, Tell me about your ink. You are a deep person, and we know that from the music, and all of that goes into it for you. Is there one that means the most to you? I would imagine you don't just get things because they look nice. That's part of it, of course. But do you have a piece of ink that means the most to you? And what was your first?
So my whole sleeve is basically indicative of my whole life. My very first one's actually on my side. It's a peace sign that's with a heart and it's tie-dye and has music notes. It was my very first one at 18. My mom took me to get that because she wanted me to get out of my system, and now she's created a monster. She's created a monster. She thought I'd get out of my system and be done. No, it was wrong.
I don't,
Um,
yeah, I don't know anybody with one tattoo.
but I think the one that has the most meaning to me. I mean, like I said, they all have great meaning, but the one is it's the planchette on my right arm, my right forearm. I got that from my uncle who passed away the same year that I had my cyst. He passed away on June 25th, 2017. He was bipolar and he had PTSD from just oh, he was a drug dealer. I'm not gonna lie. He did do a lot of drugs and dealt drugs, and a lot of his friends, he found them either uh, dead in their houses or their brains splattered over walls. So he had a lot of PTSD from that, and he overdosed. Unfortunately, he was 36 years old. It was the day before my grandmother's birthday. He was living with her, and she went to Vegas because she would go to Vegas every year, and she got the call from my grandfather that they needed to unplug him because he was brain dead. So I got this in memory of him. It's me always searching for him. He was he was like a father figure at some point to me because my dad left. He was always a positive light. When he passed, all I heard was how much of a beautiful person he was, that he made people smile. So I like to think of him in that light and not the light that
Yeah,
he chose to be in. But
right.
that's probably my most memorable piece.
Yeah. It's like the music, we get a piece of you with that. And to have that as part of your body, I think it's a beautiful thing. I really do. That's great that you do that in honor of him for sure. Tell me about your dreams for the band. Younger band, uh, not just starting out, but it's still in the younger stages. Is there a producer that you'd most like to work with?
I think what I want for this band, and I've always said this from the beginning, is I want us to be a household name. I want to be amongst the legends. I want when you turn on the radio and you hear a song, you go, that's Bullet to the Heart. That's them. That's Brian on guitar. That's Audrey Queen on vocals. That's Draven on drums and Tom on bass. I want people, and I want people to remember, like, be like, we can reach out to them. We can talk to those people. I can hit them up on Facebook right now and talk to them, no matter how big we are. I want people to be accessible to us. And I
Oh
want people to know that, like, you need help, you got us. We're right here for you, no matter what.
man, that is so important. And in today, I mean, it's the contact with bands, with these people that mean so much to you as a fan. It's I mean the impact of that is you can't even imagine. For a band to communicate with you, or a fan to communicate with you is deep. It goes deeper than just the music, really. That's you're helping people tremendously by doing that. Um, is there a band you'd most like to tour with, a producer that you most like to work with, those kinds of things?
I would love to tour with Disturbed, Chicago's own.
I was gonna say.
I would die happy if I could tour and with Disturbed and talk to David Draymond. I would love to work with FM Entertainment, which is where they started. FM is very prevalent in the Chicago scene. Frank owns almost every venue here. So we're trying to play as many venues to be like, hey, Frank,
Little tap on the shoulder.
sir, come please. We'd love to be a part of FM. So we're definitely doing the moves. We're trying to get his attention. We're trying to get an FM entertainment. We're trying to tour with Disturbed. Um, I think if like hopefully in the next couple of years we can gain some traction to do that because that
Yeah.
would be amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. for sure. And like I say, I love supporting the Chicago bands, and they're one hell of a Chicago band for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Any venue that you dream about, event maybe, some kind of festival or a particular venue?
Um, so I guess one of our dreams is to play every House of Blues venue in America.
Oh, that's cool.
We've played Chicago a couple of times. We're going out with Ingwe. We're playing New Orleans House of Blues and Texas House of Blues. So that's two we're crossing off.
Yeah,
There's a Florida House of Blues, so we got to make our way out there. But definitely any of the House of Blues in America, we would love to hit those. We've already played Whiskey a Go Go in California, so we've already hit that one. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's a great goal right there. Um, Tell me, if you could sit down with anybody, any living person, and have a conversation, who would that be for you?
I would definitely sit down with Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam and ask him, how the hell, what can I do? Because I know I was so holding out because I know he made it at 27 years old. And I was so holding out that at 27, I was going to hit it big.
I
And we're getting there. I'm 28 now.
was
We're getting
gonna
there. But
say,
I would like to sit down with him and kind of pick his brain because he is a really great musician. He's done a lot of great things, and I've heard a lot of great stories that he's had with other musicians. So I'd love to sit down and pick his brain.
yeah, and he's a deep guy too. Yeah, and a kind of a local guy, I think Evanston. So yeah,
Yeah.
not bad, not bad. Very cool. Tell me about the Patreon page. I saw the video you guys made, for the introduction to the Patreon page. I think fans need to know about that. They need to check out the Patreon page. I'm going to have a link in the description. But tell me a little bit about what you do and how you interact with fans on the Patreon page. It's pretty special.
Yeah, so Patreon, we have three tiers. We have the $3 tier, so you'll get some access to some posts and see what's going on. If you're on the $7 tier, you're going to get access to Skillet to the Heart, where you get to cook with us, but don't expect to see me. I don't cook. You'll see the guys. You'll see Brian, Tom, and Draven. I have three guys that cook for me.
That's
So
awesome. How cool is that, huh?
yeah, hopefully I get some meals every week delivered to me, right to my face.
Pretty
Um,
nice.
And then on the $20 tier, that's where you're going to actually get to work with us. You can give us song suggestions on what to play live, on what to cover. You can give us lyric suggestions, lyric content, song ideas, what you'd want like for a riff. That's where you can actually work with us. And we have a goal of 100 patrons because if we get 100, we're going to re-record and re-release our very first album, Bulletproof.
Nice.
So we're going to update that. So it's basically just come behind the scenes. You'll see what nobody else gets to see when you're back there with us.
It's pretty cool, and your YouTube page, you have like behind the scenes videos and stuff like that of you guys. I just watched the Tortured Pleasure behind the scenes, which was a great time. You guys are so much fun. And then you get to watch the video, which your videos are spectacular. They're really great. Because you're a very theatrical band. You really play into that. It seems like you really enjoy doing that.
Yes.
So it play with this band. Go have fun with this band. You guys are a blast. It's so much fun to see you doing your thing. It's great.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, the Patreon page is something really, really great for the fans. And again, that has such a great impact on the fan to have that kind of contact with the band that they love. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool. So tell me about the shows you got coming up. You got I mean, you guys are busy. Um, you just put out the EP, so you got more new music to play. These shows, tell me about the shows you got coming up and where we can reach you.
So our first show, which has not been announced yet, it will be announced. We're playing The Forge with Texas Hippie Coalition, June 8th.
You're kidding me. Wow.
We just
So
got our tickets.
that's pretty great because I just did an interview with Drew from Seven Stones.
Hi.
And they're playing as well, I believe. They
Yes.
are on that bill. Well, I
Yeah.
will see you there. That's great. Sorry to interrupt. So yeah, tell us about more shows. The Texas Hippie Coalition.
Yes.
Yeah,
Texas
great.
City, June 8th. Come see us. We've got tickets. Then the next set of shows is going to be with Gemini Syndrome. We're playing with them July 9th at Top Fuel Saloon in Braidwood. And then we'll be back out with them in Indiana at the Hobart Art Theater on July 11th.
All right.
And then we have to book it out to South Carolina because we have our tour with the Texas Hippie Coalition. So excited about that East Coast tour, July 13th to the 23rd. And then shortly after that, I believe it's August 30th, we start with Ingve and we go until I believe September 5th with him. And that's the South to Arizona.
Fantastic. You got to be excited for that. It's pretty.
I'm super excited. I'm ready.
Man, that is awesome. That is awesome. I'm so happy for you guys. I look forward to June 8th at the Forge. I plan, and I'm a photographer as well, so I get you some images.
Sounds
I'll be
good.
I'll have my gear. I just plan on shooting 7 stones, but this is a real bonus. It's fantastic. I can't wait. How do people get to find out all about Bullet to the Heart? I know you got a Facebook page. Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
If you go to our Facebook, you'll find our link tree, and our link tree will take you everywhere you need to go. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Patreon. I mean, anywhere you can search Bullets of the Heart, we will be there. So, but check us out on our merch site. We have a ton of merch. We have a ton of shirts that we need to get rid of. So please come buy our shirts. And
Very cool.
we have big sizes. We have 2X to 4X. So we have
That's
for the big people.
Thank you very much. I so appreciate that. Yeah, it's great. You guys got so much going on. You're so busy, and you're out there. It's great for the fan. Audrey, thank you so much for being here. And
Thank
I look forward to seeing you out there at the Forge and maybe
you.
another show in the future for
I'm
sure.
excited.
All right, Audrey, have a great day. Thank you so much for being here.
See ya.
All right, bye bye.